Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love. Plathville, welcome to Plathville.
No, y'all, he's too lazy to write a song, and we don't have a song yet because he's been trying to have sex. He's been focused on.
Can you blame me?
I can't. So we don't have a song yet for this Plathville.
This
show.
is not Plathville. I don't know why I sung that. This is 90-day gaze. This is Toe. This is Toe.
This
part
is Toe.
2.
You distracted me. Now people are going to think it's a different thing. God damn you.
We did. I'm sorry if I ruined everything. I'm not actually.
You're not.
Y'all, if I ever say I'm sorry like this, I'm sorry I ruined everything. That's a Southern way of a non-apology.
He's not. We have a song for Plathville that's all planned out. Someone just needs to rewrite the lyrics. If you want, I can do the lyrics.
No.
Well,
yeah,
then.
we've experienced that before.
Well, then maybe, we need
Lots
to
of near rhymes.
Not be so picky. Well,
Christina Rao and I know what near rhymes are.
And near rhyme is better than no rhyme because that's what we have now.
Fair, and I've been read. I've been read. This is Toe.
This is Toe
part 2.
Well, sorry, we're thinking of Plathville because we're starting to catch up and we're excited of our Plathville that's going to drop on Wednesday night on our Gatreon. We just got that. We've got Southern Charm this week.
I just want to say about Plathville, you guys, if you've been resistant because, it's just one of those families with a lot of kids, you're wrong. It's a cultural show. It's a show about kids realizing who they are. It's a show about parent relationships. I think the show is brilliant. I can't believe I'm saying it, but it's brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah. I fucking hate mom and dad, by the way.
Yeah, they're gross.
Ethan and Olivia, fantastic. I could watch Ethan and I would watch a whole show about Ethan and Olivia, to be honest. And then, so Mariah, Micah, Ethan, and Olivia need to get their own show because I could give two shits about the other kids. Maybe Lydia, until Lydia goes crazy and Lydia's going to go has her first sip of alcohol and then blows every boy at the church social.
What? Oh, you meant Lydia, not me. I'm sorry. Sorry, got confused there. I thought, whoa.
I'm telling you, all the older children are very, very, very compelling. And Micah's fun to look at.
It's like
he's
Nell.
18. He's 18.
He is 18. It's like Nell. They're all discovering something for the dick in the wind. Discovered it for the first time.
Dick in the wind.
Dick in the wind. Y'all, we're also, before we jump in, we want to remind you that we do have Southern Charm. That's a separate podcast. We've dropped it this week because we've got several Carl's wives that keep asking us where the show is.
Y'all don't be a Carl's wife. We had someone in the squad today.
And if someone doesn't know what a Carl's wife is, I don't know if you're just going to learn.
If you ask who Carl's wife is, you're a Carl's wife.
This is true. This is true. If you remember the first episode where Carl's wife made an appearance, let us know and we'll let people know. But so we've got that planning on. So Southern Charm is going to be, it's a different feed. It's called Sweet Tea. Look for it or if you actually look up Southern Charm, I fixed it today. If you look up Southern Charm, we're the first podcast that pops up.
We did show up under Southern Charm, but we did not show up under our names. Now it's fixed.
Now it's fixed. So you can check that. And then y'all, we've got a crossover with the Cray Cray, with Kim and Kyle from Cray Cray.
With the Cray Cray girls and boys.
We're going to be talking
girl and boy.
Girl and boy. We're going to be talking
man
about
and woman.
Yes, man. Oh boy,
Man.
Oh God, I wonder what Kyle looks like.
And also, you
Kinda
guys,
like the brawny man, but with darker hair and just that voice. Where are we?
I see him as like a little bit like a cleaner version of the dude from The Big Lebowski, but in a really sexy way.
Oh, I see him more as like was a hot football player and now he kind of has dad bod. So he's just kind of like the guy who was the coach on Friday Night Lights.
All of your fantasies come from porn.
I will not take that from you, Mr. I broke my computer with my porn downloads. So anyway, we're going to do a crossover with him because next week, right now we're doing Love After Lockup, but next week we're doing Life After Lockup.
And they're going to fill us in.
Yeah, they're going to fill us in on some of these people that were on past seasons.
Fucking
that we
disasters.
Don't know. Yeah.
So anyway. So I want to say, and also you guys, remember, we have our Come Name Us contest.
Come name us.
Come name us. Not come at us, but come name us.
We need to be named.
Name us.
We need to be named because as we've said,
whole sex game. Name me.
I think you all know the story now, but basically because of legal reasons with Discovery, we need to change our name. So click on if you look on your show notes, there's all the rules there. If you name us and your name wins and we choose your name as the new name of our show, we will fly you out to a live show of your choice in the continental United States.
And you get 2 tickets.
2 tickets for you and a friend. Your friend has to pay for their own flight.
Yeah, on Spirit Airlines. And like we said, contiguous U.S., Alaska, fuck you. Hawaii, not a chance.
Hawaii, Hawaii. That's just expensive.
I mean, around.
LA to Hawaii, $600.
I love our Alaskan and Hawaiian sissies, but you're fucked here. And we may think about flying you if you're Canadian and you're from Toronto or Vancouver. Maybe.
Depending on what coast to show you pick.
And you know what? I'll fully take responsibility for saying no here. If you're too far...
Y'all, I'll probably convince them to do it.
If you're in Idaho and you have to take 3 regional airports to fucking get to a big one, fly live Chicken Airlines.
Anyway.
Sorry, I'm picking on Idaho. You have to take a bus with a bunch of militia members in it.
Probably.
White power.
Okay, I think that's all of our announcements. Let's get to the show before Boodles gets into a weird territory.
So, y'all... Idaho's full of crazy, like, white supremacist militia people. That's just, it is. That's the truth.
It is. It is. All right.
So anyway.
I think that's our announcements. Can we talk about a reality show?
Yes. Speaking of Kyle and Kim, I want to bring back something that Kyle said with one of the very first episodes I was listening to. This has been months ago. God, years, possibly.
Years.
Where he said about Ari, who we're going to talk about next, she's going to be very divisive on this show. And guess what? Right. He was dead on.
He was dead on.
We've had, it doesn't matter if it's Reddit or our Facebook page or anytime people are talking about the show and we get to Ari, huge divergent opinions. And there are now 2 camps. And that's not cool. I get it. I can actually see both of their points. But you should not hate the other side. On Reddit, someone said she should die in a fiery car crash. I don't wish Ari would die in a fiery car crash. No. On the other hand, I don't think she's a complete victim in this either. And it's a shame because her husband's cheating on her and she's just going through, it's just all postpartum depression for her. That's not accurate either. It's like I said last episode when we kind of teased. Y'all got to remember, Ari was a dick before she had a baby.
We hated the bitch before she gave birth.
A dick. So she is going through postpartum depression. She's going through she's going through one of the most difficult parts of her life. And she was still a dick before.
Totally.
So, postpartum depression is real. And it is brutal, and it is severely encroaching upon a woman who's recently given birth to life.
And she's still self-absorbed before. So I think it can be both things. You know what makes me...
It can be yes.
What makes me kind of sad about Ari, and I knew this intellectually, but I think now, because in the squad, we see we love these people, and we become familiar with our sissies, and we have all our friends. So they're, these become... people to me, not just statistics.
I just see them as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah. I knew that women get so stigmatized with having kids and postpartum depression and things like that. But I didn't realize it was so bad that even before we drop an episode of our podcast now, when an episode airs, so many women are so scared and are messaging us saying, don't come for our, because they're so, and we get so messages. Triggered by that. And I'm like, man, that is so sad for me that so many women go through this. And it's beautiful that women want to protect her. And so, but it makes me sad though, that women have been just so
they feel they have to do it. And I kind of understand where they're coming from.
I think I would do that if something like happened with Armando and Kenny, and I had a podcast. I'd be like, please don't come for the gay.
I'd be doubly hard on them. That's me.
But no, I'm saying if I was listening to someone who wasn't gay, if it was like 2 straight guys, and I would want to be like, hey, or 2 women, before you judge this, you're just not that way. I am that way. I would do that.
Yeah, you know what I am. I can take it. Like people give me, I don't get hate mail, you guys, but I'm pretty, you know me, I lay it out there. I don't really pull any punches about how I feel about things. So I get tons and tons of, I wouldn't call it hate mail. People coming for me about things. I love it. I love to talk about things. If you want to Instagram me or message me on Facebook, I love talking about things with people. What I will not respond to are posts like shaming me for things, because
we don't get that from sissies usually.
No.
Ever.
I've gotten them from some Instagram ones. Mostly it's things that you shouldn't talk about, things that I should not mention on the podcast. There's a couple things, I've said this before. As soon as you mention something, you expose it to sunlight, and then you can process it better.
Yeah, we should talk about everything.
I don't give a shit about what you think about. Anyway, I'm all about coming at me. Y'all, I have a pretty thick skin. Unless it's about my weight.
I was going to say, don't. Did you call yourself fat? Because you're going to regret that.
Unless it's about my weight, or maybe my age. But anything else is fair fucking game. So let's jump into this, because I want to get into you said that before. She was a dick before she had a baby.
She was, yes.
She was a dick the whole season.
Yes, she is postpartum, but she came over to this country as white savior.
In a privileged ranch.
Let me privileged white savior get hot black man in Ethiopia to be my baby so I can wear cute African clothes. That is literally why the fuck she did this.
And I will say, y'all, her mother, when she visited, her mother was 110% correct. Yeah. Her mother even told Binyam, Ari, you going to be okay with him being away at night when you're taking care of the baby? Sure. But she wouldn't say no to her mom, because that would be admitting that her mom may be right and her mom may be doing the told you so dance.
And I mean, her mother's always right.
Oh God, it's been amazing.
Always right.
The mother said, Are you going to be okay with him being around these girls at night in these clubs? All these girls are beautiful. Because Janice was basically begging Ari to make the decision to break up with him.
Basically, yes. Time. But Janice knows if she tells her to do it, she'll rebel against her even more.
In a worse way.
And granted, Ari had no idea of what she was getting to. And I think Janice knew that too, because when we start the episode, he's got this sweet little baby cry, which sounds sweet to me. But if you've been hearing that for 12 hours, it might not be so sweet. She's breastfeeding basically continuously. So
which sucks.
I'm sure. This is not my words. This is from one of my girlfriends who's recently had a baby, who said, I just feel like a cow. I feel like a milk cow in a dairy farm. And I love my baby, but at the same time, I kind of just feel like a piece of food.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
And it's constant, and Biniam can't do this. So it's all on Ari to do. So she is by far, I'm sure she is really sleep deprived. She probably just needs as much help as she can. And
I don't really feel like she says this. She says, I'm not getting what I need from you. She says that because she has enough kind of wherewithal to say that, honey, he's never going to be able to provide you that.
He's never, because he's a man-child. He's not even a man-child. He's a child.
And so they need to find some way to meet in the middle. I think she thinks that he is either more empathetic or more understanding than he is. But I think if she says, I need to do blah, 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 blah on a list, that might be the best thing. But because she lives in this kind of world of fear, she's afraid to put too many things on him at the same time.
But she also then can't hold it.
Exactly.
So when she's
the perfect storm.
Anxiety of holding it, then she just vomits all these things and these expectations of him, and Biniam feels overwhelmed by it.
They are not speaking the same language. Not the fact that he's speaking I'm saying it wrong. Amharic. I'm going to say that completely wrong. And she's speaking English.
No, they both speak perfectly fine English. They're just they're not speaking the same language.
Yeah. It's just she's needing validation. She's needing him to say, "I love you. I will help you with the baby. You're doing a great job. Thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing for me." And it's just not in him to do it. It's just not in him to do it, and it's also in him to criticize. As like criticized about her milk and shit like that, which was so fucking was awful.
That was awful. So you got to think of Ari still. That was 2 episodes ago. Ari still remembers that conversation. She probably thinks of it every.
Cataloged it all.
And I don't even mean I meant like in an emotional. It's hurt her, and she probably thinks of it every day. Mm-hmm. And when the baby's hungry again, or the baby's not latching on, she hears that in her head that she's failing. And that's what's heartbreaking about this. And you're so right. She just needs someone. She just needs him not only to be there for her, but to tell her she's doing a good job and that she's a good mother. And we aren't seeing that.
And she's so afraid in a way, even though this sounds weird, you guys. She's so afraid of not being the cool wife or the non-nag. She's going to be the worst possible one.
Yes,
because we see it happen this time,
and it's sad because it seems like she really is doing a good job, actually.
Yeah. And again, I'm sure this has to do with postpartum unleashing the worst parts of her.
Possibly, but she acted this way before, though, too. Yeah. She would hold things before.
And I'm frankly a little tired of people saying, give Ari a break. This is a show and we comment on the show.
No, I think she's going through hard times, but I also think she's an adult. And she stepped into this conversation or stepped into this life, and maybe she didn't know better, but it's boy, she sure is.
There's one quote near the end that tells me everything I needed to know. But so he's working during the day, I believe, and then he's working at night in the club.
Yes.
And she complains about, or I think he obviously she's lonely. Who wouldn't be?
Oh yeah, she's lonely for sure.
But she doesn't want his sister and some family friend over because damn, they are the worst gaslighters.
Well, they're the worst gaslighters. And I want to say again, she talked about breastfeeding being hard, but she actually said breastfeeding is difficult for me. So if you're not a breastfeeding, there's a lot of guilt and shame about that when it doesn't go well with women. I just want to tell women out there, if you're breastfeeding and it's hard and it doesn't work out, fuck it. You do what you need to do to feed your baby. Don't put that on yourself. Your baby can thrive. Formula, whatever you want. Let that go.
They have all kinds of formula.
Let two gay men tell you something, validate you about something we know nothing about.
And that's why I'm saying postpartum exists. I'm sure it has a factor. I want to talk about this bitch. This bitch's behavioral issues goes farther back than this.
That's true. So Wish and Artemis are there. Y'all, I think Artemis is a contestant. The library is open for Artemis, a contestant on Drag Race. She's just this bitchy queen.
No. I mean the guy. Yeah.
Artemis. Artemis is this bitchy queen. And first of all, Ari didn't even invite them over. And the thing
is, sent them.
And this is the hard thing that I definitely feel for Ari, in that the cultural norms here are so different. It seems like, from me as an outsider watching this, but from the little bit we've got from Ethiopian culture, they are very communal and there's not a lot of personal boundaries. And Ari is someone who says, I'm a private person. In the United States, we often have, especially where Ari is from, people have much more personal. Like we have, like my Aunt Peggy, she'll show up at my mom's house and be like, yeah, howdy, how's it? And that just happens. People do that where we're from.
I want to point out, though, that we've had a problem with this in the past of Americans just expecting people to respect their boundaries in other countries. And you need to adapt to the country where you're in.
You need to adapt, but I'm saying just I
get you. I'm saying
it's another thing she didn't, as we learned with Brittany's friend, Angela. Angela did a simple Google search and 10-minute article to read about Jordanian culture. I don't think Ari ever picked up a book.
Yeah, I'm not even sure of that. I just don't. I think she just expected to be herself and to take her own mores with her. And I don't want y'all. If someone showed up at my house and said we're here and blah blah blah, I'm like, yeah, you need to leave after 15 minutes. I would make up some excuse like, yeah, I got a trick coming over. However, wait a minute,
you've told me that.
Yeah. I mean, no. I mean, let's talk more about the show. No, I don't do it with you.
Okay, thanks.
Promise. So they're basically saying things like, yeah, he's working in that club. All those beautiful people. And the Wish and Artemis are just going. He's around those beautiful women. You know, when he met his ex there, it's so gaslighting, so awful.
It's horrible. Yeah. The fact that they would do this to a new mother, and also why would Wish do this knowing that she could take her brother's child away from her?
I feel like it probably started out as good-natured, but Ari is not in the mood to joke. And
never, ever.
Yeah, it's just not what she does. She's a very serious person.
She is and she takes things too seriously. And when Artemis even says, you know how he feels, that foreigners are his type.
Yeah, he met his ex in a place like that.
It's just horrible.
Yeah, it's the perfect storm, you guys. They're creating a fucking monster. It's going to blow up.
And we see how it blows. And Ari feels this way. And she says, but then she says something like, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe you would be with somebody and say, she's like, I feel like Bini would do something stupid and not realize it. And I'm like,
she said, people are stupid and they make stupid decisions.
I'm like,
which I agree with.
But don't be with
how you feel about the father of your child.
That just was so sad to me. And then Artemis sums it up and says, well, I'm sure he'd want to be here, but life is life. It's tough.
Yeah, but you're right. What a shady queen.
She was a shady bitch.
And then they start to leave. They're like, I guess we're leaving. And she's like, you're going to leave me alone? And then she says, it's midnight. So I feel like, and this is one other thing I wanted to say. I feel like, wow, I think the crew has had it and the story editing has had it out from her from the beginning, because she has been, and I can kind of look a little bit past it, even though we don't like her. But boy, she's been painted as the fucking villain of this season.
Yeah, she really has gotten the Tania treatment.
Even Brittany, until this past episode, was given a little bit of rope.
Well, I think Brittany gets along with the crew and like jokes around with them and has fun. Yeah. But Ari, again, you nailed it. She takes herself very seriously. She's very introverted. And she's very shy. She's not confident. Again, I think you or me said this before, she's the worst type of personality to move to where she's moving to have a child. You could have not
chosen a worse life.
Yes. And it's heartbreaking, but it's also kind of like, well, this is a lesson you chose, girl. You're going to learn this one, because she needs to learn and remember that, honestly, y'all, Ari needs to live 5 minutes from her mother.
Yeah. And, this has all happened when she was on her, like, fucking eat, pray, love, to Argentina, then to then to fucking Ethiopia.
I did that, but mine was
praying. She's loving.
Mine was more of an eat, pray, lube. Definitely.
My
Put that on some wall art. That needs to be on a Poodle Home Collection poodle.
Mine was more of a suck, fuck, oh God.
Oh God. Y'all come at us if you want to eat, pray, lube shirt. Written in pretty cursive handwriting.
Lube. Eat, pray, lube. So so the parents are coming. She's completely excited, which of course she is, because they're her support. They're her one thing, and you see her light up. And she says, and I totally blame postpartum for this. She's like, I know they are 100% on my side.
No, I don't think that's just postpartum. I don't. I think that, again, I'm going to go back to she was a dick before. And I'm going to say where she was a dick before is the way she talks to Bini when he's putting that toilet seat together about putting the fear of God into him about her parents. Like, you need to call my father, Dr. Weissman.
Dr. Weinberg.
Dr. Weinberg. And like, are you nervous? You should be nervous.
Yeah,
she was
he
has already met her. She was so setting him up to fail.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
And I thought, this is not why do you think Bini is cheating on you? Because y'all, he is probably, or he's close to it.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if he's cheating, but he's dabbling. He's flirting.
I think he's flirting. I think you're right.
Probably for work. I think he's probably just flirting just for money. But when you have someone, I want you to think about that, y'all.
If you work in a club, you are flirty with everyone you meet.
I mean, Poodle, what would you say to your significant other if they were about to meet Mother Poodle?
Don't look her directly in the eye, and don't make any sudden movements.
This is not a good example.
Don't make any sudden movements. If she does charge you, just
hold your hands up and try to look tall.
Yeah, just submit to her, and it'll be fine. You know what I would tell people? I would say, have fun, be breezy, don't let her trap you, because she's going to do that.
You would prepare them, but you would also encourage them and want them to feel good about the situation.
I would say, you're going to be fine.
She didn't do that at all.
No. Well,
it was really, I thought it was cruel.
A lot of this is to punish him.
Yes.
A lot of this is to punish him. So when she says there, and he's fixing the toilet seat, and she's like in the doorway, kind of menacing, and she's like, there's something I need to get off my chest. And I was like, okay. And I was like, where's the popcorn? So she's like, I'm very lonely here. Yes, that's true. And that is valid. He's working a day job. He's working a night job. And Janice was right. Janice knew she'd have a problem with that.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And she should be able to say that. She should be able to say, I'm lonely. It sucks in the position that we're in right now.
Yeah.
And he said he should say, I know you're lonely and it sucks right now for what we're having to do, but I'm just I will do whatever I can to make you not feel lonely at night. If that's maybe if it's like me texting you whenever I can, that should have been what he said. Instead, he's like, I don't know what to do. He's clueless.
Because that is what Bini does about life.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
And so that makes her worse.
Not responsible at all.
That makes her worse. And he's like, it's complicated work. And I was like, I flashed back to ass drums and piano leg.
A butthole, a butthole.
I will say, ass drums was maybe one of my favorite things this season.
For sure. For sure. I will say, I think this is the most, even more than Brittany and Jihoon, this is the most mismatched couple I think we've seen on our really bad. On our 90 Day Fiancé.
It's really bad. I don't know. There's been some real losers.
We haven't seen season 2 yet. We're about to jump into season 2 on our Patreon. So I've heard that's pretty horrible.
Yeah, there's been some real losers. So then she says, I don't trust you. And then we find out that she's been looking through his phone while he's asleep. And he gives her permission to do this.
I guess.
This is a red flag. This is a trigger for me. Because this is I was in a relationship where someone said, "Can I have your password to me?" And I was raised with this idea, not that I was ever cheating. Mm-hmm. I was raised with this idea of privacy. And if you're asking, unless your husband or significant other says, "Here's my phone, here's my password," if you want to ask for that, signals a trust issue.
Well, yes. I mean,
and it also signals no privacy at all for Binyam.
Well, here's the deal, y'all. If you're, as someone who's coupled quite a bit of someone who's counseled several couple clients, and had them, if you're asking to see the phone, it's already too late.
Totally agree.
If you're asking to see the phone, the trust is already gone, and seeing nothing on the phone is not going to give you trust.
It's not going to help you. Yep.
So if you're asking to see your boyfriend's phone, you should be going to a couples therapist already, or you should be breaking up because it's gone.
Or talking to them and saying, I don't trust you. I feel like you're doing this on my phone. And then maybe he would show you, but I promise you that's not going to help your trust issues.
Because I have a passcode on my phone, because not for my boyfriend, but because we just don't want our phones to get lost. Yeah. But with that said, he knows it. He can go into I sometimes have him go in. I'm like, will you pull up this app for me? And he does that. We do that on each other's phones. So we do stuff like that. I think the trust is there, but again, it's not about the access to the phone. It's the fact if he ever had to ask me, what's on your phone?
Yeah, that happened to me. It was, can I just see what's on your phone? And it came from a trust issue. Mm-hmm. And I knew it. And that he was saying, he was the same one who said, let's get off all the apps. And I'm like, okay, sure.
So if you do open that phone, the first thing you do before you look for a text or an app is you open that camera and you turn it on selfie mode and you take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, why do you want to look in that phone? That's what you do. Because you got some questions, Angel Girl.
This was the Angel Girl.
Shout out to Della Reese. When you walk,
rest in peace,
Angel Girl.
But I had someone say in a relationship, it's like, let's delete all our apps and everything like that. And they're like, and I was like, we've been dating for like 4 months. I'm not deleting my, it felt a little much like.
Which 4 months to me seems like 4 months to me sounds like a good amount of time for that. However, that's my version of time. This one, y'all, a caged tiger needs about 2 years before she's going to cancel an app.
I'm like prowling the sides, y'all. I'm like a tiger. I'm like just going against every side of it. Like, where can I get out? Where can I get out? Where can I get out? But this was, it wasn't 4 months. It was probably like 2 months.
Yeah, it's a little early.
And it was kind of like, and he kept bringing it up. And I said, if you want me to like take it off my phone, I will. I said, but I'm not going to like completely sign off. I said, it's because that would signify a huge commitment. And I wasn't ready to make that yet. Mm-hmm. But he assumed that I was fucking other guys instead of just asking me.
Because you were. But he should have asked.
I wasn't.
But you weren't monogamous, and you still weren't fucking other guys.
We weren't monogamous, but I was not fucking other guys because we said we weren't going to.
Oh, y'all, poodles. She gives her word. She gives her word.
Yeah, I don't do that. Yeah. But anyway, the whole phone thing is a huge breach of trust. Y'all don't do that. Don't ever do that.
And that really happens later. So, but.
Anyway, she says,
"Oh, wait, no, that happens now. Yeah,
let me see your phone. Let me see your phone." He gets a text message. He could be deleting something. Who knows? Something that she might he was deleting something.
Yeah, sorry to talk over you, but he's a terrible liar.
Yeah.
This is why I don't know if he's cheating on her per se, but I think that he is. Like
she was deleting pictures of him with girls,
and probably flirting for work.
Yeah,
and like again, y'all. Bini was not the best actor. He doesn't even look natural playing the ass drums. So like, that was not a good sign. And I think that I don't want to call Ari the crazy wife here or crazy girlfriend. And you weren't saying that.
Yep.
Because I'm saying I think that she does have just cause to feel like he is not emotionally with her the way she wants him to be.
Right.
Now, notice what I said. Not that he's cheating on her, but that he's not emotionally present where she wants him to be.
I totally agree with that because he doesn't have the skills. He does not have the skills.
Yes.
And she says, I never considered myself a jealous person.
I
are.
Did. Oh.
You are. Oh, come on.
At least Poodle will admit it.
I'll admit I'm jealous.
I'll say I won't, but I can be. But not as much.
You are. It's fine.
It's fine. I wouldn't care if he slept with another guy unless it was a redhead. I would flay him.
I don't get. You know what? I say that I get jealous, but I'm really not. Until I feel slightly disrespected, and then watch the fuck out.
So
because
you wouldn't call me
fucking Cruella DeVille.
Yeah, I was gonna say you wouldn't call me at 3 a.m. and tell me to bring a knife to slash someone's tires.
Yes, I would do that in a second. I would get even. I don't get mad. I get even. So she basically says, I need to see your phone. I need to see your phone. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. She grabs his phone. I gasp.
You don't do that.
I absolutely gasped. If I would,
he looked scared when she grabs the phone.
Oh,
y'all, we saw a black man turn white. I mean, the color drained from his face, and he looked horrified.
Oh my God!
And then he said something like, "Well, and this is what it was like. This was not good." And this was again going back to dickhead Ari, y'all. I'm gonna remind you when he said something about
a dick.
When he said something about turning off her phone, and she's like, I told you, don't fucking switch off your phone. Don't turn your phone off.
So,
y'all, if someone's at work, they can turn off their phone.
My favorite thing,
if there's an emergency, she could call the club manager, and in the middle of the Astrums, we hear, oh, that boom, 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 boom. Hey, Biniam, you got a call? It's Ari on
it's your wife
line
or your baby
3,
mama.
Biniam. When you get through beating that ass, if you just could go to the back, Biniam, and pick up line 2. Okay.
Pick up line 2. Dial 9. Dial 9 to get out. When you finish playing ass drums and piano leg, go to line 2 and dial 9. I will say as well. Oh my God. Then she says, why don't I just go through this and call every number? And if a girl answers, I'll say, I'm his girlfriend.
She said she did this once already. And that the woman hung up, and
I just feel and if Binyam had the emotional skills to calm this down, it would be a different story, but he just doesn't.
No, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're the worst together. They're the worst.
She needs Dr. Phil to calm her down.
Yeah.
I'm not a Dr. Phil fan, but she needs someone who is versed in this and all of this sad. You know what this is all about? Yes, Ari might have postpartum. Yes, she might be stressed. Yes, all of that.
No, she definitely has postpartum. I agree.
Yeah, but you know what this is all about more than anything? She wants a way out. And
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I think even more so, she says to him, I want you to make sure to make a good impression on my parents because I'm really worried about my dad meeting him and thinking I've made the wrong choices. It's all there.
It's all, you guys, if you have a baby, if you're pregnant and you move to Ethiopia, you have to let go about what other people think about your choices.
Especially your father.
What other people think of you is none of your business.
And they're there. Your father has flown all this time. He works. She said he works all the time. This is a huge deal.
When she
and
said
you're worried about what he thinks.
And when she said he's always working, and the way she said it was kind of passive, where she's like, and he finally took the time to actually come. The way she said it, I was like, oh, someone has daddy issues.
And so Binyam meets the mom and dad, and she's already met, and he does say Dr. Weinberg, and then they're like, call him Fred. You know, they dispel that. He's like, call me dad. And Dr. Weinberg, Fred says he's like, his kind eyes. He looks like a great guy. So anyway, they're off to see.
I just want to say something. I bet Ari always tells her friends, maybe not as much as her mom, but I bet she does this when she was younger. She talks to her friends how horrible her parents are.
Totally.
And then her friends meet her parents and they're like,
I love your mom and dad.
Your parents are so nice. And she's like, yeah.
Well, this is all about her opinion of herself.
Yes.
And if the dad likes Binyam, she's made a good decision. She's not a failure. Because that's what she's trying over and over again in her life to establish.
Who is that girl I see?
And I'm sure, and she has siblings, and she's probably the youngest.
And she's probably the one that's been the most problematic and hardest to raise, who's had the most difficulty.
Definitely. Then Binyam says, and he says, oh, I forgot. I guarantee you he did not forget.
No, he did not forget.
Terrified to tell her that he had to work tonight.
Do you think he was either terrified I think either he was terrified or maybe he wanted to go. I think he was terrified, actually, yeah.
And it kind of sucks that he has to go to the club. However,
it's a dick move.
It's terrible. It's terrible. However, my thing was, he's not going to go to the club until like 9 or 10, and mom and dad are going to be like asleep by then.
He actually said after they went to sleep. So probably what he's going to do is go work at the club late, come home late, go to bed for like 4 or 5 hours, and then get up and spend the rest. Maybe or maybe he won't. But I get it. It was a dick move.
It was a dick move to say it. Yeah,
it was. Of course, he's terrified, and and that's the thing. That's where it goes, and that's where Ari is not crazy, because I bet you Biniam. Again, you called it earlier. He can't take responsibility about anything. So he can't take responsibility about his kids, but he also can't take responsibility for his own mistakes. So he can't say, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot about this, or, oh, fuck, I've got this thing. He always makes an excuse, well, I forgot, or this happened.
He'll be cute about it. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot.
So it's all these little white lies that he tells.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is what's laid the groundwork for Ari to feel like he's cheating on her.
And... wow.
We read them.
We've been saying this the whole time. They could not be more mismatched.
Yeah.
She really does need someone who's going to check in with her all the time. And he needs someone who's not going to question everything he does or question anything he does.
And that has her tubes tied.
Holy fuck. I think I'm done with them. Is next episode the last episode of the season?
I don't think so. I think we have
we're gonna go, well, this is 19. This was 19, so
20, usually it's 21, 22. So
no, 21 and 22 are the reunions.
So I think, but it didn't say next week is the finale.
It didn't. So maybe it's longer. Maybe it's extended because of Corona.
I don't know if anybody from Matt Sharp or TLC listens to us, and I know that y'all been dealing with this.
Y'all need to do better.
But I have to say, planning out what's happening with your episodes is the most fucking confusing thing ever. And maybe it's TLC, but we have no idea what the fuck is happening.
No, we don't. I think now is a good time for a commercial because I have to pee.
Okay. Y'all, Poodle we were laughing because we actually posted it. If you want to listen, this second episode of Southern Charm, it just kind of happened. we realized that Poodle just got another cameo because people keep coming out of cameos because they want him to recount
Civil War letters that I write from Southern Charm.
Well, there's not Poodle. It's not what he wrote. It's his grandmother, Poodle Boudreaux Remington wrote. And we read a couple of them in this latest Southern Charm episode. So if you see people talking about that, be sure to listen to that second episode and subscribe to Sweet Tea.
I'm writing things like, Dear Elizabeth Monroe Esquire, it was lovely receiving your letter. You need to learn the fucking Ashokan farewell. Or maybe that's Dances with Wolves, isn't it? No, Ashokan farewell. You need to learn it.
You need to suck my dick.
Never. So yeah, come at me on Cameo if you want a Civil War.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to know what we're talking about, listen to the Sweet Tea episode.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
It's so ridiculous.
I'm in Colombia, and my mom is here too.
So Cheese Stick and
sniff her butt.
And Melissa, her and Mama Cheese Stick and Aunt Carmen are there, and they've just landed in Colombia.
My mom and my Aunt Carmen are here in Colombia.
In Colombia. I will never get tired of him pausing before. Yeah, my mom and my Colombia.
Now he picks him up. You guys, Colombia looks. They're in Bogota, right?
Gorgeous.
It is
Medellin.
No, they're in Medellin. Oh yeah, because they're by the ocean. It is beautiful.
Or Medellin, as he says.
Medellin. It's beautiful. I want to go.
It is. I want to go.
Come at us.
I want to go.
Chris, I know you're Colombian, but you live in the United States, so we can't come. I mean, you live like in Maryland or wherever. We want to go see some sissies in Colombia. And if you're a male gay sissy, Poodle really wants to come see you.
And I have a feeling their dicks are huge in the whole country. I'm here for it.
I don't know. There's a lot of, Colombia is a pretty like.
I have a feeling about these things.
Not patriarchal, but because of what they call them mestizo and whites and all. They have like this whole
indigenous peoples mixed
because
with
there's
white.
A lot of European there and a lot of they're not Europeans from the Dick Riviera. They could be little ones.
Mixed is best.
I'm just saying. French guys don't have big dicks.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a goddamn lie. Not been my experience. German boys, it can go either way, but French boys, it's usually they're always uncut.
Ich bin shorter.
You don't know what's going to happen when a French boy takes down his pants. You don't know what's going to happen in general.
Well, put that in a quote, y'all. You don't know what's going to happen when a French boy takes down his pants. Maybe we'll say French man.
Probably better. It's like a Jack in the Box. You don't know what's going to pop up.
Let's just get to this. No, let's just.
So, Mom, Robin, and Aunt Carmen are there, and as Melissa says, I love Robin and I do care about her. But last time I saw her, she wanted to call the police on me. So Melissa's never gotten over this. He's very happy. Cheese Stick's so happy to see his mama. He runs basically to her and jumps on her.
He does. Whereas Robin is they interview her. How do you feel? And she's like, well, there were some uncomfortable moments in that argument.
I feel like Melissa took everything much more to heart. Maybe that's just because culturally where she is. Like she doesn't like anybody confronting her or talking to her.
I think she's a little more. I think she's just. I know she was cheated on. I
soulless.
Get it. Yeah, soulless. But I also think that she's. I don't know. I fully don't have it thought out yet. It's not self-involved, but it's self. she does not like things done to her, and she does not I don't think she likes not being considered always.
I think that's true. She doesn't like being the princess. She needs to be the princess.
Yes. And think of it. How would Melissa's mother act if Melissa and
Queen Bruja,
because her mother's the same way. So you see where she gets it. Her mother is, it's all about me. Yeah. And how would the mother be if she saw Tim and Melissa get into a fight? She would come after Tim.
Yes.
And so Melissa has you guys, if I got into a fight with my partner and his mother's there, y'all, I know his mother is going to take his side because that's your fucking mother.
Yeah.
I don't, y'all, if Poodle was in a fight and he was like yelling at the boyfriend who was in the trailer, and Poodle's like threw the toilet from the yard up there,
because that's where we would live.
Bottles, yeah. If Mother Poodle came up there, she would help Poodle make that Mazel Tov cocktail to throw in that trailer. Whatever. Did I say Mazel Tov?
You did. You did. You said Mazel Tov cocktail. I hate this job. Y'all, it takes everything I have not to scream and walk away.
What is a Mazel Tov cocktail?
Manischewitz. Mazel Tov. Manischewitz and sparkling water.
Oh boy.
There is no such thing, and you're a ridiculous person.
But still, Mother Poodle would come in, and so would Mama Mar, actually.
So she basically, and Dowd, Mother and Dowd, basically says, how are you guys doing? How's things? And she's like, it's getting better. It's getting better than, and she's like, it'd be interesting to see how things transpire, which is shady. I was kind of there for it. So she's also going to sleep at her parents, and I don't find
Mom's like, well, been a long day.
Yeah, she does say, been a long day.
Been a long day.
I don't think this is as weird as they seem to, because they're not married, and I would not sleep with my boyfriend when my parents were staying with me. That's just me.
I think you would.
Really? But no.
I think because I don't know if, and I'm almost saying this isn't like a day. I probably would have said that, but then I think once you're at your age, and I think that it's just easier. I think that it depends on how long you've been with them, but I think once you've been with them for a long time, like that would.
But we're not married.
I know, but I've been with my boyfriend for 5 years now, and it would be weird and feel like I was actually. And I think this is what Robin and Tim kind of felt. It was as if I asked Kyle to do that. It would almost feel like I was taking him out of the family and not including him.
But you didn't ask him. She did it.
I know, but I'm saying for Robin to feel I know he cheated on her, but they've been together for a while. So it's kind of like, wait a minute. This is, you're taking yourself out of the familial picture when we came here to do this. I can see how it could be rubbed the wrong way and just seem weird.
I feel like it was. I feel like she was trying to, because they had been not as close, and so she was thinking, it's a little weird for me. I think I should get some distance, and I should be with my parents' house, and that way I can visit you instead of staying in the same house with you. Which I will say, in Latin culture, means a lot.
I think but there's something in my gut that says I think it's a little bit more of her punishing the mom for saying that to her. I think it's coming from 100%. That. It's 100%. Not coming from this. I think it's punishing.
She's a summoned vengeance demon, you guys. She wants to punish Cheese Stick, poor dumb animal.
And
Cheese
she wants
Stick.
to poison Robin now too.
Yeah, like yo, Cheese Stick is a moron. Even though he can speak a lot of Spanish, Cheese Stick just needs to be with some lovely, dumb girl in Texas
Not
who
even
he meets at church.
They meet like in McKinney or Grapevine.
Yeah.
They go to that Grapevine. They go to that Rainforest Cafe at the Grapevine Mills Mall. That's their favorite place. They love that Rainforest Cafe.
I love the Rainforest Cafe. It makes me feel like I'm sleeping outside.
It's exotic there, so you can hear the birds while I'm eating my chicken piccata.
Rainforest Cafe. I'm dying. But you guys, Cheese Stick loves exotic women, but he wasn't meant to be with one. It's just, it wasn't in the cards. Mm-hmm. Mom knows that too. I'm sure she's probably the craziest sex of his life. In a weird way. She just does things that most of the girls he's been with don't do. When he was there at his Kappa Alpha fraternity.
Do you think so? Because I don't know if he would have cheated on her.
You know, that's true.
Because I'm telling you this, Russ is never going to cheat on Paula because she does freaky.
She let him do it in the butt.
Oh yeah, he's like, this woman going home. I'm going home.
You know, I can honestly say, if I was with Paula, I wouldn't cheat on her.
I don't think so either. Y'all, we're only on season 1 in our Patreon right now. So right now, Paula, we think is fun. We haven't gotten to crazy Paula
it's
yet.
It's going to be terrible. We know it.
We know
so it. The next day, I kept running out. This is so boring. Why is TLC subjecting us to this? The next day, they're going to the market.
It was boring.
And they're going to meet Melissa there. She shows up in a cab, and the mom is like, the
and
cab
Tim
driver
even says, she's like, how did you sleep? And Tim's like, I would have slept better if you're there because, you know, usually I hop on the bed and then I do a couple of circles and then I dig on the sheets a little bit and then I curl up in your back. Yeah, curl up in your back. And I couldn't do that this time, so I just laid there. Oh, gosh.
So she does say, "Hablo inglés" to the cab driver, and of course, Melissa, being a snob, she thinks that's awful. And honestly, my mother would do something like this, and you just have to roll your eyes because
my mom would "Hola." How
she would.
He would talk back to her, and she would say, I'm fine.
She's like, "Can you get me a quesadilla for lunch?"
Yeah, quesadilla. Como se dice Diet Dr. Pepper? Como se dice Sonic?
Yeah, no Sonic.
There's not a Sonic in Colombia. Come at us if there's a Sonic in Colombia.
I doubt it.
So anyway,
they go to this lovely market with tons of fruit, and Robin's like, "Well, I was surprised to see this because I'm going to still do Robin as Tim. I was surprised to see this."
What she does kind of have. Robin is she's pretty, but she's also like she's very like a Nordic, like just like the way she talks is very she's lived a life.
Yeah, it's also she's a little bit Western too.
Yeah,
I was surprised to see this because I thought Colombia was all about drugs and crime. I'm like, you've been watching Narcos too much, honey.
Well, in her generation, when they really learned about
Pablo Escobar and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying it. It's not now. I don't really know. I think Colombia is pretty safe.
I think it's a lovely country.
I think it's very safe now. I think we don't know. Chris will tell you. Our moderator.
She basically says, Melissa kind of says, you know, did you mean it when you said, or Cheese Stick actually says, did you mean it, Mom, when you said we weren't good together?
Well, because Robin said it's important for her to clear the air.
Right. And Mom is like,
Tim's like holding both of them in the middle, and he's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like this was such a non-argument.
Yes.
We never got to the real meat of it was a non-apology, and Melissa, she's like, "But I love you, Melissa. I love you. I love you as part of my son." And she's like, "I just want to make sure you're both happy."
And Robin says kind of a really bitchy thing when Tim says, "Do you think she was not right for me?" And Robin says, "Well, I just feel if you don't think you can rectify it, then maybe it's time to move on."
She did say that.
She did, and that was not really a very
But immediately after, she's like, "But Melissa, I love you, and I want you guys to get married, have all kinds of grandbabies." And
then
then
Melissa's
she
like,
was fine.
"Wait,
Yeah.
wait, we're not going to do that."
Wait. I'm never having children. You know, I'm a vengeance demon, right? I can actually bear children.
Tim's like, I got two strong-willed women on my hands. Gosh.
Let's be frank, though. Melissa is going to punish Tim until he leaves her.
Yes.
Every single moment is about punishing him.
Even Melissa said, I appreciate that she reassured me, even if she danced around it. Which she kind of did. Robin kind of did.
If they stay together, y'all, Tim will never have another happy day.
Never.
Maybe in 4 to 5 years when he should let her, he'll never be able to do it. If he let her cheat on him while he watched, it might somehow equalize things with them, but maybe not even then.
No, I think he would just cry.
Yeah. And then lick the other guy's butt.
And then call his therapist, and she'd say, Tim, we talked about this gay stuff. I did that therapy. You're going to go to hell now. Where's my cardigan?
Oh, that stupid, terrible therapist. Anyway, shall we move on to... There you go. He's making the shrine pretty.
Making the shrine pretty. We're going to have a ring ceremony. We don't even need chicken wire.
So they can finally be married, even
Jenny
though...
and Sumit, y'all.
Jenny, even though Sumit's parents are completely and utterly against it.
Yes.
That's a minor detail. That he tells her later. She's like, What do you mean? How are you going to tell them?
Yeah, because he's starting to submit. This is really short. They don't have a lot, but he says he feels freer, and he feels like which is, I'm sure he does, and so he feels happier. And that's when he says, like, do you think want to invite your parents? And he's like, y'all, this just happened the day before. And he's like, well, my dad was kind of like, they're not ever gonna, they're gonna object to it. And she's like, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, Jenny, you just got divorced yesterday. Give the guy some space.
He does promise her that I'm not going to let anyone separate us. And all I can think of is, nothing's going to stop us now.
I was literally about to start to sing that song. Literally, I was about to sing that song.
It's hard not being together because we really want to sing the same song for way too long, like y'all love.
It's true. And so, their version would be, I'm so glad I found you. I'm so glad I need you.
They say we're crazy. What do they know? Which is arms around us, just all apart.
Y'all, nothing's gonna stop him. And then 4 days later,
Corona does.
Okay, shout out to the editing. The way they did this was really good, and it was foreboding. It was scary.
I will say that Jenny and Sumit's storyline has been told in such an epic fashion.
Oh, very well done.
For 2 seasons. Good. Kudos to the story editor who's working on this beat, because boy, when we found out Sumit was married, everyone lost their shit.
Everyone. Except for Sweeney. She just smoked a cigarette and was like, told you, fuckers.
I knew it.
Mama Sweeney knew too.
When they're going to give that girl back that money.
Yeah, exactly. But so it was pretty epic. So now, something that we don't think about, they did probably what we should have done, but on March 25th, they sealed all the borders. Everyone's staying inside.
Shelter in place.
And then Sumit says, I'm worried because I'm diabetic and Jenny is old.
Jenny is old.
I
scream laughed.
And Jenny, you just see her. They cut to her back in the camera corner and she just goes.
At one point, she's like laying on the ground, and on Reddit says, "This is not a picture of people having fun. This is a life call elderly person alert."
Oh, that's not nice. I do. We make fun of them a lot, and we call Jenny probably stopped listening to us a long time ago. Because once we said Chicken Jenny, she probably left in tears. Yeah, she's like, I don't understand, Smith. You press play, and then I don't get it. I just want to listen to the podcast. I don't understand. Nothing's gonna stop us from me. I just don't understand.
The thing is, I think she's a pure, beautiful person.
I love her. I'd have lunch with her.
She's absolutely gullible.
She would buy every snake oil you can sell.
No, she's fallen for
like her
multi-level markeing in the book.
I do like her a lot. So
I don't know if I like her. I just feel sorry for her. And I feel sorry for her.
Sorry for her. Someone told us that she used to like her job before she was
housekeeper in a resort.
Housekeeper in a resort.
100% believe that.
Yeah. So she's very clean.
She's there. She's talking a couple days later. She's talking to Christina, her daughter, and she's like, "Mom, I'm free." Christina says, "Mom, I'm freaking out," and Jenny's like, "We're in a red zone. Who knows what can happen?"
I would too, because you think of India as being a very overcrowded country, and it's. I don't know if it's calmed down, but the last I read, like a month ago with India, it was on fire with COVID. Yeah. I think they did well at first in March and April, kind of May. They were containing it because they were very strict about it. And then when they laxed, it just they're on top of each other. It's like China, so it just blew
huge
up.
Population density. Yeah. So then the next month, there's this weird scene of Jenny and Sumit having cabin fever, playing cricket in.
I thought this was cute.
I was just like, we've been inside too long.
We have been inside too, but I thought this was cute. They were having fun. They were I don't know. Sumit gets on my nerves and he does stupid shit. But a part of me, oh God, I'm afraid to say it.
Say it.
I do think they're a cute couple.
It's fucking like never gonna last.
It's
Sorry,
not.
Unless they leave India, it's never gonna last.
It's not unless they leave India. And Sumit's an idiot, but there is something in theory. Oh God, I'm gonna get letters about that.
You are. I think it's born to fail. Because if they stay in India, they're fucked.
Yeah,
and
I agree with
Sumit's
that.
such a fucking mama's boy and daddy's boy. He'll never leave.
That's true.
I think that's the show.
It goes all the way to May 2nd, and they're like, the prime minister extended the lockdown for another 2 weeks, so they'll have to wait it out. We don't know where India is now, but that
would require Googling.
Yeah.
And you know how we are about doing research.
It's true.
That's the show.
Spotlight.
Well, you can't even. Jesus. All right. Here is our sissy spotlight. We'll see you on the other side.
Hey, this is Amanda from one of the better towns in California, San Luis Obispo. But now I live in Idaho, and I have to have HughesNet, which sucks. HughesNet is garbage. It's expensive. And then when snow gets on your satellite, you can't talk shit on Facebook until somebody goes and knocks off that snow with a broom. Anyway, I love you guys. I found your podcast because my therapist said I needed to stop listening to so much murder podcasts because it was stressing me out too much. Y'all don't stress me out as much. So thank you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, y'all. That spotlight had everything.
One thing I know for sure, as Oprah says all the time, one thing I know for sure, HughesNet will never want us to sponsor them on our podcast.
No. Amanda says she's got HughesNet. It's not garbage. It's expensive. And when the snow gets on your satellite, you can't talk shit on Facebook until someone knocks it off with a broom.
Y'all, life is hard. That's some shit right there. I know you're going through some shit right now in your lives, y'all, but y'all could... At least you don't have HughesNet.
And she lives in Idaho, as I said before, where the militias are.
It's expensive. And that's no
Ruby
offense.
Ridge.
No offense to Idaho, but she moved from San Luis Obispo, which is one of the best towns in the world.
Oh my God.
It's a blue zone. It's one of the healthiest towns ever. So girl, why the fuck did you go there?
I love it that her therapist suggested she needs to stop listening to so many murder podcasts. So she listened to us. God, you know what? I love stories like that.
Well, she would like our. Did we do that on the Gatreon or on our free podcast where we did the
remember.
podcast about the murder? We did.
Oh, that's Gatreon. No, it was on our free show where my gayest murder. I don't like that. When we have another,
we didn't do it this Halloween.
When we need to do an extra show, we'll do another My Gayest Murder.
My father fucked it up for us. We just
he really did.
Thanks,
Chelsea.
Thanks, Chelsea. Anyway,
thanks for getting cancer and ruining everything.
Ruining it. Y'all, he's doing better, by the way. He's got a little bit of a UTI, actually a pretty big one. So we're
shouldn't have been having sex.
Well, we're in the hospital trying to that was it, yeah. We're in the hospital trying to get rid of that. So he's pissed at me because he doesn't want to be in the hospital anymore, but what are you gonna do? So he was out.
What are you gonna do?
So anyway.
You got him food tonight, and you got him Taco Bell.
And Taco Bell does not make double-decker tacos, nor do they make taco salads anymore. What type of Mexican? Now, okay, double-decker taco, I get it. That's something fancy. A Mexican restaurant not serving a taco salad? Come on.
Taco Bell isn't a restaurant. 2, no one's going to order a taco salad anymore because everyone's high who goes there.
Taco Bueno has a great taco salad.
Well, Taco Bueno is a different restaurant. Taco Bueno is a different restaurant.
Taco Bueno sponsor us.
You don't go to Taco Bell unless you're in distress.
Yeah.
Or true. Really need something. It's not a place that you go to because it's a beautiful sunny day and you say, I want to ruin my colon.
No, you don't.
You're in some type of crisis.
You don't.
It's late at night.
Y'all, it's time for the last part of our show.
Time for sissy shout outs.
Sissy shout outs, y'all. We've got a sissy shout out to Fam Falamim.
How do you say that again?
Falamim. I can't do it with their fake name. It's Salamiman. Salamaman.
Well, you should say an S because you're faking the first name.
Okay, so it's...
I don't know why I have to say this every fucking time.
Fam Falamalam.
No, Fam.
Oh, Fam.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate doing this show with you sometimes. I hate it.
How do I say that last name, Poodle?
I don't know. I'm not on the same website you are. Oh, good God.
Sam Salamaman. Anyway, y'all. I fucked up that last name. Y'all, it doesn't matter. But Sam should, he thought it was going to be good alliteration, but he better change it, y'all, because Sam thinks he's in a boy band. He goes to work every day.
Not Salamam?
Salaminman.
Okay, I'm the wrong one. Spell it for me.
Salamiman.
Oh, Salamian. Salamiman.
This is riveting. Also, his address is 4721 Oakwood Avenue. That's going to be in Poughkeepsie. His blood type is O negative. So socials 21347. Y'all are fucking bored by now.
Salamaman.
Dun, dun,
no,
dun, dun,
Salamaman.
Dun, 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 dun. That's how I'll remember. Sam.
We're ruining him. I'm so sorry.
Sam, he's a sissy. Salamaman. He's a sissy in the squad. Yeah, we got a male sissy. We got like 3 of them. And I think
is he a straight male sissy?
I think he's a gay one too. We got ourselves a queen. If not, he's going to be gay after seeing Joshua Proctor swing his dick in that video in that nightshirt. Ooh, y'all! Ebenezer Scrooge never looked so hung in a nightshirt.
That was something. I have a feeling he's a homosexual.
Anyway, y'all.
Oh wait, do I know him?
Oh God, did you sleep with him? You're ruining my sissy shout out. God damn it, you fucked everything.
No, never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're right.
Ass on a tree. You just scratched an itch everywhere and you just ruined this.
You're right. I don't think I know him.
Nice.
I don't think I know him.
Well, it's ruined now. Ruined. It doesn't even matter that he thinks he's in a boy band and that he goes to work every day to audition because he thinks that's where he's going to be seen. He sings songs he likes Motown, but he makes all the songs about girls, about guys, because he wants to be the first out gay boy bander because they're all in the closet.
No, Lance Bass.
Not when he started in the closet. He wants to get in the boy band at first. And
he wants to be like, they're all like, they're like, blah, blah, blah. He's the tough one. He's the Donnie Wahlberg. He's the cute one. He wants to be, he's the faggot.
Yeah, he wants to be like, he's the fabulous. That's what he likes to call it, the fabulous one. That's what he wants to be.
But people are going to read that as gay. But girls aren't going to love him so they will never do that.
Oh yeah, they will. Think about all those girls that loved us at the summer camp.
You're right. Maybe things are different now. Maybe boy banders can be gay.
Well, in his goal, he knows that boy bands get their start in Florida. He lives in Avon Park, Florida. So he really hopes that he can...
Is that really where he lives? You should not say where he lives. Honestly.
You are ruining this story. Ruining the story with your criticism and your negativity. And I need you to shut up. Y'all, he has big dreams.
People where he lives.
He has big dreams in Avon Park, Florida. He's going to eventually move to Orlando. I only think it's a couple of hours away, but y'all, he cleans copy machines at FedEx. And I don't know why he thinks that's where he's going to get his big break. He keeps thinking that a celebrity is going to come in to FedEx something. So here's the deal, y'all. If you live in Avon Park, Florida, and every time you go to drop your package off, a guy sings "My Guy" instead of "My Girl" to you, that's Sam Salamian.
You still can't
say his name. Anyway, y'all.
Sam Salami Man.
I'm done with this fucking segment.
No, like maybe his name is literally Salami Man.
I don't know. Anyway,
that's how it's spelled.
That's his sissy shout out. Y'all.
You did that with such furor.
Support his album. You go to musiccloud.io and Avon Park Sam. That's what he wants his street name to be.
I think that's what Binyam is in Music Cloud.
Yeah.
He's not even a SoundCloud rapper. He's in a Music Cloud.
Just go. Everybody's left anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people hate this segment.
Yeah. Somebody put it on. Y'all, if you don't like this segment, we don't care. We do this for us. We have fun with this normally.
You know, and this is, y'all, I don't know if you're aware of this. We are improvisers. And this is us being improvisers. You're like,
not improvisers. Yeah, but yes.
My sissy shout out goes to Lie Goodwin. Lie Goodwin. Lie Goodwin. Y'all, Lie's a good girl. But she
L-Y.
Ty. Lie Goodwin. Ty Goodwin.
Her husband is hot.
Can you not creep her page, please? It's really uncomfortable.
Oh, really?
It makes me really uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah. So Lie has always been a good girl, but not many people know this. But think about her name. Her name is Lie Goodwin. Doesn't that sound like a country singer name? She just wants to be out there on the road, but she wants to be a man country singer. So she makes her voice really low. It's very Boys Don't Cry Hillary Swank. She wears a lot of flannel.
Okay.
Her husband has no idea. But she doesn't know that maybe on some days, if she wore, her stage name, by the way, is Buford T. Pusser.
They both want to be singers. How odd. Her and Sam Salamian should get together.
Salami Man.
Yeah. Sam, I'm sorry.
And her stage name is Buford T. Pusser. And so she gets up there in her cowboy hat, and she's got she's beautiful hair. She pulls back her hair. People say, "Now that's a pretty boy. That's a pretty boy. I could introduce him to my granddaughter He's a pretty boy, that one. And she's got a naturally low voice. And her songs start like this. It's been a long day since I've been waiting for my baby. And then we go to Florida and we're gonna have a good beach vacation. That's the title of her big hit. And by hit, it's that she plays at the Missoula County Fair. It's not great. No one really buys it, but strangely, yeah. Thank you for saying that. We get it. You know, you're just saying that to her. That's just hurting her right now, not me. I was just singing the song. But you know, if you want to make Fi or Lie or whatever the fuck her name is feel bad, go right ahead. She had the B side of that is was also written at the county fair, and it's like, I like cotton candy, I like hot dogs, I like cotton candy, I like funnel cakes. Have you seen that carny spinning that Ferris wheel? He looks like he's got gingivitis. Someone needs to tell that carny he needs to get his teeth checked.
And the chord goes, Suey, Suey, I love the fair. Suey, Suey, no one's happy there.
Surprisingly, the husband isn't into it. And however, as soon as she pulls her hair down, the husband's like, I will totally fuck a boy singer with long hair. So now she knows that all it needs is long hair. And so he's fine with it.
All right.
Spoiler alert. She's playing next week at the Little Rock County Fair. And her single she's going to play there is, I don't know how to play guitar, but I can bring my hands across the strings and look like I think I can play. I can't play guitar, but I'm gonna be a star. Oh my Lord, Lordy, Lordy, take me home now.
Someone took an extra dose of CBD tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's anyway. That's your shout out. So look for her singles.
In this fucking show, y'all. Golly. Y'all, you can go to 90daygays.com for the show. We ask you one thing, and that one thing is to give us a 5-star review. And
Please.
if you don't know what to write, just write, keep going,
Keep going, Queens. I love a review.
So much. We appreciate when you talk about us on your social medias, when you talk about us on Reddit. If you could do that for Sweet Tea as well, we would greatly appreciate it.
If you love Southern Charm, y'all, you'll love Sweet Tea.
Plathville's coming up this week. Be sure to check it. That's at the $5 level of the Gatreon. So if you join any level of the Patreon, you're going to get the Plathville episode. So that's going to drop probably on Wednesday night. We'll see if we have a theme song or not.
Fuck off.
You just wrote 3 songs. I don't know why you couldn't.
Plathville. We're going to talk about Plathville.
All right, everybody. So that's the show. Poodle, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely, sad hearts looking for love?
Yes. And if you have diabetes and your wife is old, call us.